God is good, and today we're going to be talking about World of Warcraft Classic, the Burning Crusade, and all the drama that has come along with its announced release and all the information regarding it. And I'm going to give my opinion on it, and I'm also going to talk about a couple of theories and things that I think is going on behind the scenes, etc., as well as some things that maybe, and I want to kind of get your input on it, if you think it would have been the better decision for them to do. I mean, first of all, the leak was actually for the release date leaked out from Blizzard before their official announcement, so it started off a little rough and rocky. In case you don't know, it is supposed to launch on June the 1st, so that doesn't give us a lot of time, so a lot of people are like, wow, now we got the pre-patch coming up here on May 18th, which only gives you 2 weeks if you want to play a Draenei or Blood Elf to get leveled all the way up to 60 in World of Warcraft Classic. A lot of people feel like that's not enough time, and it's pushing it, etc. And then there's the whole $35 if you want to clone your character, so basically when it launches, you'll make the decision with your each individual character if you want them to stay in Classic or you want them to go ahead and go with the server into Burning Crusade. If you want to do both and you want to clone your character to stay on Classic at level 60 and also to another version, a clone of that character to go on to the Burning Crusade, then it costs $35. And then it also just comes around to basically that the community at large just simply doesn't have a lot of trust for Blizzard because of some bad decisions they made in the past, all the major layoffs they did, cutting customer service, Warcraft 3 Reforged, and lots of other things that they've done that people just aren't happy with the way that, shall I say, Blizzard Activision has been doing things for a while now. But we're going to discuss all this in full detail, and I hope you stick with me to the end. Before we begin, I want to give a big, major shout out to the members of Napalm. Thank you all so very much for your support. I could not do this without you. You are the sponsors of this channel. And if you would like to help support this channel, please click the join button down below for more information and a list of perks. And a very special thank you to the Lords of Napalm, Bounty Code, and Ray Cooper. Thank you for your highest tier membership. Alright, so let's tackle the really big things first, okay? Let's talk about the price of $35 in order to clone your character. I want to start this off with saying that first of all, Holly Longdell is now a lead producer and put in charge of Classic in some sort of fashion, right? And people from this channel probably recognize this character because she is from EverQuest. She worked on EverQuest, and, you know, say what you will about her, but it does look like that these are philosophies, in my opinion, that feel pretty similar to what some of the things that happened with EverQuest. So it's not surprising to me to see things like this. Now I'm going to play a little bit of devil's advocate here, because technically, for the price of your subscription to Blizzard, you are getting World of Warcraft Classic, retail World of Warcraft, as well as now the Burning Crusade Classic. So technically, you'll have 3 whole games for the same $15 a month. And you know, Blizzard does have to run servers for each one of these independently of one another. Now, that's about the best argument I can give for the $35 price. That is a little steep. Probably $20 might feel a little better, $19.99, something like that. And I have a theory about this. I wonder if they had said, hey, for the new expansion, it costs $20 or even $30 or $35 to play Burning Crusade, to pay for this re-release of the expansion, because we did have to completely rebuild it. Right? It's not like it was just sitting in a dusty old closet and we dusted it off and released it, right? From my understanding, Blizzard's having to completely rebuild these old Classic servers and using data to try to make it as accurate as possible to what it was back then. And with World of Warcraft Classic, at least, they did a really good job of that, in my opinion, recreating what it was like, but also enhancing textures and better resolutions and shading and all that kind of thing. So I wonder what the fans would have thought if they would have took that approach instead. Now, $35 to clone your character. You don't have to clone your character. You could just move on to the new server, or with your server, to Burning Crusade, or just say, hey, I'm not interested in Burning Crusade. I'm going to stay in Classic, and it costs you nothing except for your monthly subscription cost. That, you know, I get it. The price is a little high for that, I would say, because I guess there probably is a lot of people who are going to want to do that, and I guess a lot of people just feel like it should have been included, that option to do that, and I'm just kind of mixed mixed on it. I kind of see both sides, and I don't really, for me personally, it just doesn't affect me very much because I'm going to be moving a character over to it. I play World of Warcraft Classic so casually that it's completely insane. So it just doesn't, I don't have a lot of beans in this bag. But I do think that offering a level 58 boost that you can't use, by the way, on Blood Elves or Draenei, which are the two characters most people will probably want to do, and then offering it at what they're calling the Dark Portal Pass for $40 for one character to level boost to level 58, I feel like that's a little too early. I feel like these are classic servers. Why even offer a level boost at all? In my opinion, I just don't get it. You're going for a classic type era realm here of the first expansion of World of Warcraft. So why even offer that at all? Why even have boosts? I don't get it. I don't know if they're worried that not enough people leave Classic to go. And I mean, what's the worry here? Is that if they don't offer some kind of option to boost and not enough people play it, because you could just join World of Warcraft Classic on the Burning Crusade server with a brand new character and level it up, and you get an increase somewhere in the realm of 30% experience gain on those classic zones. So leveling up, you know, it shouldn't be that bad, right? If that's what you want to do. And I think that is a bigger issue, and I don't really agree with that. And then that's not even where the money stops. So then on the pre-patch day, May 18th, there's also going to be a Deluxe Edition cosmetic bundle for $69.99. It comes with 30 days of game time, a Dark Portal Pass that we just discussed so that you can boost one character up to level 58, which, by the way, level 60 is the highest level available in Classic, so you still got a couple levels before you can really start doing the Burning Crusade content. And you also get some cosmetic items that are not from Burning Crusade at all. They're just made up new things, right? So it has the Reawakened Phase Hunter, which is a mount, and the Viridian Phase Hunter, which is a variant of a mount from retail WoW. And then you also get the Dark Portal Hearthstone, which is basically just an effect. And then you also get the Illidan, the Path of Illidan toy. When I say toy, I mean in-game toy. Now this is where I want to draw some personal criticism at, is cosmetic items being kind of injected in a classic era server. Now, for anybody that's played EverQuest on their official live time-locked servers, their progression servers, knows that they have a lot of this cosmetic kind of junk. And you know what? If you're going for a classic type experience, this cheapens the whole thing. Anybody that's watched my channel long enough knows I don't like cosmetics anyway. They're okay when they're earned in the game, but when you pay for them to receive them, I mean, who cares? You know, like, I see somebody riding one and I know they bought off the cash shop. It's just one of those weird things where I don't see any value in an item like that. And I think this is probably the biggest mistake, is this Deluxe Edition package with all the cosmetics and crap, right? And I just wonder, what if they would have just said, hey, we got to make some money off of this because we spent a lot of development time rebuilding this world and all the research it took to try to make it like it used to be, etc. Plus, we revamped it, you know, it's got better shading, etc., etc. Let's just charge a price for the expansion. I feel like, and I could be wrong, and let me know in the comments down below how you feel about it, but I feel like that MMO players are pretty accustomed to paying for an expansion. Now, could you charge a full price, $59.99 for that expansion? Probably not. Probably not. But a boxed set where you can get a physical copy and maybe a figurine or something like that and charge $59.99 maybe. And then for digital version, you know, I don't know. I think you get away $24.99, $29.99, something like that, and still kind of keep it pure to what it was. And that's just my opinion. But I personally feel like that would have been a better draw to monetizing this classic expansion. And I mean, we are kind of in some newer territory, but not really. Because if you think about things like EverQuest, for example, who does progression servers, which works its way through expansions over time, you just pay your subscription fee, right? And then you get those. Now, at the same time, they're not doing it to the extent that World of Warcraft is doing, where it's literally a rebuild of that classic zones and that classic world from that particular era. Because a lot of these other games that do progression servers, it's basically the same game as retail, except for they lock off the areas or some of the features that were available in the next expansion until they get to that expansion. So it's really two different things. So we really are in kind of new territory here where we're remaking games, basically. This is a remake of the Burning Crusade. So I don't know. This is what has caused so much controversy for sure, for is this monetization. Now, is 2 weeks enough time for a new character? Because, you know, you've got your Draenei and you've got your Blood Elves releasing as well 2 weeks prior to the launch of the Burning Crusade, where the Dark Portal opens and people can go into the new lands and all this kind of thing. So 2 weeks to get through Classic is a little rough. Now, I do believe from what I read, it looks like the 30% experience will be in there. So it is possible, it's definitely possible, right? People are blowing through it way faster than that, but it does require quite a bit of dedication to pull that off. And then you also got to figure there's sort of new classes, because Horde will be unlocking the ability to become paladins and Alliance will be unlocking the ability to become shamans. So they're sort of new classes there too. So if that's your class and or race or both, then hey man, I guess you just got to grind. You got 2 weeks to get it done starting May 18th, and you know, the servers are going to be packed full. It's going to be wild, I bet, because people are already prepping for it. Like I said, I casually play this game, so sometimes I'll hop on and level up a little bit. I'm hoping to get my character to 60 finally. It's been 2 years. It's pretty sad I never got it there, but like I said, I play super casually. But I would like to get to 60. Maybe I can give Burning Crusade a real shot this time and really play through it. I would like to do the raids in it. I would really enjoy to be able to experience that, especially because there'll be a lot of new players, etc. So I wouldn't feel like a complete idiot for not knowing the fights and all that kind of thing. Let me know what you think about all these changes though. Is this appropriate? Is this a smart way of Blizzard doing it? Do you think my idea, if they just charged outright $29.99, 30 bucks or so for the expansion, it would have been received better? Let me know what you think in the comments down below, because I'm genuinely interested to see what people think about this and their approach to it. I think it's pretty obvious that most people, almost everybody, doesn't like the monetization of cosmetics going into this game at a time frame when that would have definitely not been in the game. But anyway guys, that's all I got for today. Just wanted to kind of touch up and talk a little bit about these issues, this drama happening with the Burning Crusade. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you're not already subscribed, please consider doing that. We cover MMORPGs, especially the old school kind, and all things RPG related right here on the channel. And until next time guys, God bless and happy gaming.